sick, which is why there wasn't a video last week. So hopefully I won't cough too much during this video. My background looks different because my husband and I traded desks. So I now have his L-shaped desk and he has what I think is a bigger desk, but he says takes up less room. It does have cool neon lights. I wanted pink to match my mouse and my keyboard, but purple was as close as I could get. I stitched on 3 projects this week. I did start my Year of the Dragon picture. I think I talked about it last time, but this is what I've gotten done so far. I'm doing it in 10 by 10 blocks, so this is the outline of the thing that'll go here. It is gray on gray. I dyed this fabric myself, actually trying to get a different color, but it's not too bad. I don't have a picture of the pattern, so I will just show it really quickly. So, it's How to Train Your Dragon, it's toothless and pickup. So it's just all one color silhouette with a silhouette inside. I've also worked on Jack Skellington. I think all I've done is this pink down here since I showed it last. I think I had already done the eyes, but I want to fill in all of this and then kind of work my way up. I'll probably finish the black. And on the edges, there's these little pink dots. I'll probably wait until I'm done with the center and just do all the pink and blue dots freehand or in hand rather than in the Q-snap, so I don't have to keep moving it around. I also have been working on the Hedge Witch temperature sal. I got all of the shelf done except for on the bottom. I need to do the second leg of all the crosses on the very bottom down there, but I have all the shelves marked off. And I got the first 2 days done. There's a lot of these 3 colors, which I don't like. They don't match and whatever, but that's the point of the sal, right? Is that everybody's will look a little different and there'll be a lot of colors. So because there's such little pieces of color, I took the string that I've pulled and cut so far and just stuck it to a piece of paper with a number, because I'm doing 1/1 and the little motifs are so small that even as short as those pieces of floss are, it's going to take me a while to use them. And especially the light green, there's going to be a lot of the light green in the top row. Here's all of my colors so far. I live in Central Texas, so we have like weird swings of temperature. Like it was mostly in the 40s and 50s in January. And then now in February, it's gotten up to like the 70s some days. So I'm going to have a couple of really weird off-color pieces. But that's all I've stitched on. Reading, I finished listening to The Name Bearer. I only gave it 3 stars. I don't like the main character, but I like the story, and I like where the story's going. I do have to wait for my turn at the library for book 2. Book 2 is called The Follower of the Flowers. So we'll wait and see what happens. I don't like the main character because she has a lot of characteristics that I don't like in real humans, so I would not like in her. I don't really think she's a great hero for the book. I don't even know if you would call her a hero because I think she's a coward. But it's not 100% her fault the way she thinks about things because she was so sheltered from such a young age, but I just don't like her. I don't like her at all. But also, I'm listening to it, and the narrator, there's a few words that she just does not say correctly, and it's really irritating. Like coax. She says coax, and coax is the cable that runs from your wall to your modem or to your TV, and so just hearing her say that over and over is just really aggravating because I feel like at some point during editing or whatever, somebody should have been like, hey girl, it's not how you say that. And it is mostly English with a little bit of Spanish, and which is fine. I know some of the Spanish words, and then the ones I don't really know, they pretty much kind of talk around it so you can figure out what they're saying. And she does great with the pronunciation of the Spanish words. It sounds very natural. But just some of those English words, just somebody should have told her that that's not how you say that. And then there's a few things that the way she says them, like there's some younger children in the book, and so she kind of does like a little girl voice that's really annoying. Like you don't have to do that. You can just talk normal. But so far, a lot of the things in the book have been pretty predictable. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good book. You can hear my dogs. Somebody's probably outside. Maybe my husband. I haven't done any diamond painting or coloring. I did, for my coloring channel last week, I swatched my Prismacolors. So I know what I have and also kind of what color they are, because sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. So a lot of these colors, when you really look at them, they're really similar. Like very similar. I have the chart to swatch my alcohol markers, my Spectrum Noirs. So I might get to that eventually as well. I know I'm missing most of them, but I don't really care because I don't use them that much. I'm still working at my job, my retail job. I have not been working on my computer classes. I really need to get back to that. But because I haven't felt good, I really haven't wanted to do anything. That's why I've been stitching so much, because I can just sit and not really think too much, especially with like the Jack Skellington. It's just fill in the blank. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube. My husband started a new Netflix series, I think. It's called Warrior. He normally doesn't do series, but this one is about how the Chinese were treated during the Wild West times. From what I can see, I've only watched 2 episodes with him, but they were treated pretty poorly, which, if you know anything about American history, that's, the white people, which were just the British and the people born in the United States, hated everyone who wasn't British, basically. So it doesn't really surprise me, but it's actually pretty good. The 2 characters who seem to be the main characters are pretty badass. They're really good fighters. There's also some Irishmen, and then just, random white people and cowboys and outlaws and the whole thing. So we'll see. We'll probably watch some more of it tonight. Oh, as far as reading, I have also been reading Reba McEntire's book, Not So Fancy, or Not That Fancy. Not That Fancy, I think is what it's called. And it's really good. It's about her life, and there's recipes from her mom and from her restaurant, which I didn't even know she owned a restaurant. It's in Oklahoma. And then there's like fashion tips, and like anybody could dress like Reba. Even if you wore the exact same outfit, you wouldn't look like Reba. But anyways, it's pretty good. I'm about halfway through. Once that one's done, I'm probably going to take something off my shelf and read it, because I'm not a rereader, so I want to knock down the number of physical books I have. Just read them, get them out of the way, unless they're really nice or they're part of a series or they're my Stephen King books. They're not going anywhere, they're going to be sent to someone else. I'll probably find a used bookstore or whatever. But yeah, I haven't worked on my online businesses either. I haven't made any more covers. I haven't done any of that. I did make this, which I don't know that I've shown. It is an old Reader's Digest condensed book that was in bad shape, but it's really pretty. And so I took out the pages. I did leave the end papers because they were nice looking and they were pretty well stuck. I kept some of the pages because there were pictures in here to go with some of the stories. And I made 2 signatures of just different types of paper that I had. So I don't know if I'm going to use it for like a junk journal or a scrap, because there's plenty of room for junk journaling. So even if I glued something to every single page, there would probably still be room. I only had 2 of these bands from some traveler style notebooks that I had bought, so I only had 2 of them. So what I did is I took some thick cardstock and I cut holes, punched holes, and ran the elastic over them, and then I kind of scooted it around to where the knots were under the paper, and then I just glued the existing end papers, which were still very well attached to the book, to that paper. And so it doesn't fit 100%, but it's still, I think for my first try, it's pretty good. Once I get it full of stuff, I don't think you'll even notice. There is, because the book was in such bad shape, there is some issues here where the end papers were, trying to get it to stick, but overall I don't think it's terrible. This one was from 1956. I don't know if it's gonna, I can get it to focus. Nope. Alright. But I just liked the way it looked. It was in rough shape, so I think by doing this, if I'd have donated it somewhere, it had probably gotten thrown away. But here's some of the pictures I kept. There were a couple of quotes also, I think, that I kept. Some of them I cut out just because they were kind of highlighted, by being different font or being separate. So I've also actually kept up with my reading journal here. So I filled out the name bearer. And I added, not that fancy, over here. So far I have finished reading 3 books and listened to 1. And I've gotten this far on my alphabet. I also added some more books to my want to read. Let's see, I think we've added an entire new page. Yep. So I added an entire new page plus part of one. And that's from TikTok videos. People talking about their favorite books. So I think that's all I have for today. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please go check out my coloring channel. I'm going to try and get some more coloring done today and get a new video up. Thank you. Have a good day.